Cupcake, and I'm coming to you with an update. I am a little over 14 months post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery. I had surgery January 26, 2017 in Salt Lake City, Utah. My highest weight ever recorded was 296. My weight when I started pursuing weight loss surgery was in the 260s. I had a 3-month supervised diet, and I was 234 when I had surgery. Today I am 157, which, if you watch my videos, you know that is up for me. I was somewhere between 154 and 156 last weekend, and now this morning I'm 157. And I was maybe just slightly surprised to see 157, but not like, I'm not that surprised because I haven't been eating great this week. I've been actually eating kind of terribly, somewhat like part-time, eating really terribly. So I'm not that surprised. I'm not all that upset about it. I ate some good food. I don't plan on staying at 157, but I also do have some plans to eat some things that are not that great for me. So we'll just see. We'll see where things go. Yeah, I'm not going to beat myself up for it. No, I'm not okay with like continuing to gain weight either, so please don't take it that way, or take it however you want to. I'm not gonna tell you how to take it, but just know that I don't plan to continue to put on weight. Yeah, this week is just, it has continued to be really stressful, which is not exactly why I've eaten the way that I have, but because it's been really stressful, I've been tired and I haven't done as much exercise. I haven't been as motivated and just haven't felt well because I've just been incredibly stressed out. Car is good. Car is doing really well. Thankfully, the check engine light has not come back on, so hopefully that continues to be the case, but he's driving well and we're very happy with him. But some things happen at work, some things are changing, and we don't know what the future of our jobs is going to be. So that was a thing, and yeah. So it's been a stressful week, and then I also had like a shitty day at work yesterday, which I'm not gonna go into because I know sometimes some of my coworkers watch my videos, so I'm not gonna go into that, but it's been a stressful week, so I just haven't felt well, haven't wanted to do a whole lot, although I did have like a few days pretty consistent of going for walks. One day I even did a little bit of like sprinting or jogging, running. It's a combination of those things where I like, you know, I'll jog fast for like maybe half of a block. Per my iPhone, it's like a mile or something that I'm doing. On my lunch break, it takes me about 15 minutes to walk it, and I just listen to music. I'm not trying to go fast or anything. It's really just relaxing for me, and also it is some means of exercise. I feel better when I do it. So anyway, I did do that one day, and then I was having shin splints after that, and I still went for a walk even though I was having shin splints. But yeah, I'm just fucking worn out right now. I'm just over things being really stressful. So yeah, that's where I've been at. But as far as like what I've been eating that was so terrible, I've been eating a lot of really bad ice cream. And I mean really bad stats, but really, really fucking tasty. the Magnum pints or whatever that have the chocolate. Basically, it's like a thick ass layer of chocolate, and like you take off the lid and you let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then you squeeze it and it cracks the chocolate into the ice cream, and the ice cream is really, really rich on its own, and like a pint of it is almost 1,000 calories. And I definitely got through like a third of, well, there's 4 flavors, and I've tried all 4 flavors, and I got through a third, or maybe even a little more of a third of each of them. And one day I gave myself pretty fucking bad dumping syndrome. Now I still haven't ever thrown up since I've had surgery, so I don't throw up. I didn't get like sick to my stomach where I needed to use the bathroom or anything. I just got really dizzy. I got nauseated, and just, yeah, it was not good at all. Got a headache. It was too much. It was way too much, but it was delicious, but it was too much. So I wanted to try each of the flavors. I have done that. I don't think I will be buying them again, even though, oh my god, they are delicious. It's just too much for me. It's too rich, it's too sweet, it's, yeah. So that was my adventure in ice cream this week. I didn't have ice cream last night. Last night I had peanut butter cups, which is pretty regular for me, and half of a protein shake for dessert. But dinner, we have a new Gualberto's. Sorry, I said that like, you know, I didn't pronounce that correctly. I'm sorry. But anyway, we have a new one by kind of in our area, and we think it's the same people that used to have one or still have one, like where we used to live. And yeah, I mean, anyway, we think it's the same people that used to own this one or do own this one that we used to go to years ago that was really tasty. So yeah, we went there for dinner. Well, like, I picked up dinner and came home after work, and I've been like really into taco salads lately, and yes, I do eat some of the shell, so I was kind of leaning towards that, but I was like, no, like, I'm like, I know I want something kind of indulgent and kind of bad for me, but I also know that I need protein. So I ended up getting like a shredded beef chimichanga, and I probably ate about a third of it, and then I had like a bite or 2 of beans, and I had like a bite or 2 of rice. So it wasn't the end of the world. Sometimes I like stuff like that. Sometimes I skip, you know, the like high, like the heavy carb stuff, and sometimes I want it, and so I have it, and so that's what happened. And this morning, because I couldn't eat very much of my food, but that's what I wanted, my husband ended up eating some of my leftovers, and it, like a shredded chimney isn't gonna really taste good the next day, so we ate as much of that as we could. And then I had gotten a bean and cheese burrito for him, in case he was still hungry, and he was full after eating his food and some of mine. So we have a bean and cheese burrito, you know, with the really thick, sorry about the fan, the really thick tortillas that are like just really fucking amazing, in the fridge, and I'm gonna have some of that for breakfast because I don't like to waste food. I have like mixed feelings about wasting food. Sometimes I know that it's gonna have to be necessary if something's not going to be good, or I'm not going to eat it later. I will end up wasting some food, because sometimes it's better to waste the food than to ingest all of that extra shit that my body doesn't need. So I hate wasting food, and I try to minimize the amount of food that gets wasted. You know, my husband and I order, when we eat out, we order according, you know, like to make it so that we like we both get enough food, we get what we want to eat, but that we aren't wasting food or money. So we do our best to order that way, but sometimes it's too much food, and yeah, it's either you can waste the food or you can ingest a bunch of stuff, like extra calories and carbs that your body doesn't need, and it's not good for you. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's been going on with me this week. But yeah, I'm not mad at 157 pounds. My hair's growing, which I'm really happy about. I have this in a little ponytail. It's still obviously a little crazy, but I'm happy that it's growing. My body is definitely looking different with the few extra pounds that I put on, and maybe it's just, you know, I don't know, your body is going to change. Even if you're not losing weight, even if you're not gaining weight, your body is going to change over time. Things are just going to like proportion out differently, and you're going to feel different, you know. So I feel like I kind of feel like I have more loose skin on my arms right now. I feel like my butt is a little bit more present, and I definitely feel like my belly is a little jigglier. So I kind of feel like my collarbones aren't as prominent right now, and my face isn't as thin as it has been at certain points. And I'm not saying that I'm necessarily one of these people, although like I'm not mad at where I'm at. I'm fine with where I'm at. I mean, fine in a way that like I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna do better this week, or I'm gonna try to do better this week, so that I don't gain more weight, and you know, maybe so that I can get down like a couple of pounds, so that I, you know, I'm like feel more comfortable with where I'm at. But some people just look better a little bit heavier, and so I definitely don't feel like your goal if you have weight loss surgery should be to be skinny. I mean, obviously, like you're first and foremost, you should aim to be healthy. I know that being smaller like is also good for my mental health, because when you are really heavy and don't feel well and don't like the way that you look, it does affect you negatively. But ultimately I had surgery because I want to be around for my family, and obviously I did want to be smaller, and I didn't want to be like morbidly obese for the rest of my life. I'm a lot happier, even though life is still stressful. That doesn't change, you know. Having weight loss surgery isn't going to mean that you're not going to have hard times or struggle. That's not the case at all. I feel better equipped now to deal with things than I was before, because I have, you know, some less things to worry about, at least as far as like me, like as far as I go, how I'm feeling, and you know, just physically, mentally, all of these things. But yeah, like overall I am a lot happier than I was before, and so I feel like I am better equipped to deal with things, but still I just want things to like start to go better for us, and you know, to just not be so fucking stressful all the time. It's like you get over one hurdle and then there's another one, and I know that that's just kind of how life is, but I'd like to just also have some more good things happen. So yeah, but anyway, what I was saying is that ultimately your goal with weight loss surgery should be to be healthier. And I just don't think being skinny is necessarily like the best goal to have. You know, people definitely have their things that they want to hit. They want to be a certain number, you know, either because that's what their surgeon told them would be good for them, or because like that's just the number that they have in their head that they would like to be at. You know, or they want to be in a certain size. They think that being in a certain size is going to be the key to being happy, or, you know, you're just like, we have goals and you want to meet these goals, whatever it is. You know, there are different reasons why people want to get to a certain place, but just watching lots of people over the last year and few months, year and a half, I guess, I have noticed that some people, they get a little too thin and they look a little sickly at some points. And so then when you see them, sometimes like these people are the ones that kind of yo-yo, and so they put on a little bit of weight and they actually kind of look better, in my opinion, or look healthier, you know. I think that there's definitely a good place for everybody where that, you know, like you look and feel your best without sacrificing so much. I think that's a good place to be. You know, I personally right now am a few pounds over what I would like to be. And then also I just have some like loose skin and problem areas that I would like to have taken care of, hopefully with plastic surgery in the future. But yeah, I guess my point is like I'm not like real upset that my face is, you know, not the skinniest that it's been since my weight loss journey. And you know what I mean, my body, it looks a little different, but I'm not upset with it. Some days I do feel chubby, and I think that that's probably going to be something that is a thing forever, you know. Like obviously in comparison to where I was, I am like nowhere near that, you know what I mean? Where if I could have considered myself chubby then, you know, like how can I consider myself chubby now? But I do, I feel chubby still sometimes. And, you know, I definitely still have a belly. And so it is what it is. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. Hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. This is going to just be kind of a mishmash video, even though this is kind of getting long. And I wonder, you know, maybe if I should start shortening my videos, maybe more people would watch them. But at the same time, that's not that important to me. If one person watches my videos, if one person comments on them, then I'm happy. If I could help one person, then I'm happy. And ultimately, I do these videos for myself, you know, and then if I can help somebody else in the process, like, then that's great, because I have watched so many people and so many videos that have been helpful to me. So if I can kind of, you know, do that for somebody as well, then I'm happy that I can do that. But ultimately, I'm making these videos because it's good for me, and it's helpful for me. So anyway, hopefully you get what I'm saying. I am going to not eat any more of that ice cream this week. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to have dessert. I'm going to eat more peanut butter cups. And like the Justin's peanut butter cups, if you've seen my food hauls, those are what I generally eat. And I'll eat a package of 2, and I think they're like 220 calories. I think they've got like 19 carbs. I've eaten them so much, I should know. And I think they've got like, I don't know, they have a little bit of protein in them. It's not a crazy amount, but I eat them because I like them. So I'm gonna eat peanut butter cups, and I do have some enlightened ice cream. I do have one more container of Ben & Jerry's, the Muforia that I have left to eat. So it's a little less calories than normal Ben & Jerry's, but still more calories than Enlightened. So I'm going to continue to eat dessert, but I'm not going to do what I was doing, because that Magnum ice cream, although delicious and, you know, maybe even worth trying, it's just too much. So yeah, I'm still going to eat the way that I want to eat. It's going to be a mix of things that are pretty good for me and a mix of things that are not so great for me, but that I enjoy eating. So that's where I'm at, and I'm going to continue to push myself to exercise. You know, there's just some days I really don't want to, and I wake up and I'm like, okay, let's, you know, rather than doing nothing, we're gonna just compromise and we're going to do something. You know, I'm gonna work out my arms, or I'm gonna do squats, or I'm gonna do sit-ups, or I'm going to do like bridges, or a combination of those things. You know, and then if the weather is decent enough, then I'm going to go for a walk on my lunch break, because it makes me feel good. So I'm going to continue to do those things as much as I can and feel in the mood to do so. And, you know, we'll see where I'm at next weekend. You know, I wasn't 157 all this week. I was like 156, I would say. 156 is kind of where I sat for the week when I was weighing myself. I don't always weigh myself every day, especially if I had like a shitty eating day. I know that it's not like necessarily a good idea to weigh myself on those days, because then it has potential to make me feel bad, and I try to avoid weighing when it's going to make me feel bad. Now, I still recommend weighing. I'm just saying that you don't have to weigh yourself every day. And if you do, that's cool. Like, I'm in all support of that, but I'm just saying that you should at least weigh yourself weekly, because it can get away from you, you know, especially if you're having a bad week and you're eating a bunch of things, like it could get away from you. And so don't avoid the scale for long periods of time, because that is how I feel people end up having a lot of regain, is that they're not really weighing themselves. I mean, maybe some people are weighing themselves and they're just like, I don't give a shit right now, and they put on weight. But I think that a lot of the time it's just they're avoiding the scale, and if they weren't avoiding the scale, maybe they would change what they're doing a little bit, and they wouldn't, you know, end up putting on so much weight. I wouldn't say like I'm in my like good range, because I would say that my range is, you know, probably like under 157 would be like the high end of where I want to be. But I mean, I'm still within the 4 pounds or 5 pounds that I have been for the last several months, and so I don't know if you could call it regain or not, but regain is, it is what it is. It doesn't have to fucking be a bad word, and it doesn't have to be something that you have. Some people don't have it. Some people, you know what I mean, are able to just change their ways and their lifestyle and maintain a lower weight. But that doesn't mean that like you're a failure if you do gain some weight. There's so many people on YouTube and like in the weight loss community that have like gained and lost, and so you can lose weight at any point. Not that you should use that as an excuse to let yourself get out of control, but I'm just saying that don't be too hard on yourself. Hold yourself accountable, try and make good decisions, but still live your life. You know, you may like have seen my other videos and think, oh well, if she's gained weight, then maybe she won't say continue to like, she won't preach like continue to eat what you want. I mean, I don't think that that's what you guys are probably thinking, just because like most of the people that have watched my videos that I've interacted with are you know, are really decent and sweet people. And not that if you thought that you would be bad, you know, you're welcome to feel however you want to. But I'm just saying that no, like I am still gonna say, and I will always say like, eat things that you want to eat, you know, like, don't always deprive yourself, but do it in moderation. And if you can't, like, moderate yourself, you know, I don't know, I think you're gonna have a hard time, unfortunately, if you're not able to moderate yourself and have things sometimes that you enjoy. People are going to be different in the way that how much they allow themselves to have, and what they allow themselves to have. But if you never allow yourself to eat things that you want, then I guess you probably have to fill your time and like just your life with other things that you enjoy. I could see that you might, instead of like going to food for that satisfaction, you might do other things to bring you that satisfaction. I could see that, but still I would think that like occasionally you would want to have something that is off plan for you. But I don't know, I just know that it wouldn't work for me to just like never have the things that I want to eat. And I am trying to eat in a way that I can eat forever. And obviously I'm still learning, you know what I mean? Because I'm just like, okay, yeah, I do want this ice cream. Oh, the stats are terrible on it. Eat too much of it, feel sick, and realize this isn't a good idea for me anymore. It's not something that I'm gonna continue to do. Does it mean that I'll never eat something that will make me sick or give me dumping? No, no. I mean, I haven't thrown up yet, but I definitely have had dumping on some occasions, and it's not pleasant, but it doesn't deter me from never wanting to eat certain things, like, you know, cheesecake or key lime pie, like on a special occasion. You know, those are the things, like, or chocolate cake. Those are some of the things that, like, on a special occasion that I have indulged in too much, because I do eat fast, and sometimes, like, I don't know that I've gone overboard until it's too late. So yeah, sometimes I know. I'm just like, yeah. You kind of just start to get this feeling. You're like, yeah, you should stop now, because otherwise you're not gonna feel good. And sometimes I'll eat past that point, and other times I don't. So I'm still learning things, you know, 14 months out. You know, I will continue to evolve and change with my weight loss stuff as I go along. But right now, I'm still happy with where I'm at. So I'm gonna tweak things and try and do better in some areas, but I'm still gonna just live my life and enjoy myself. So I guess I'll just do a separate video, because I just want to show you guys some like makeup stuff. So I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, and then I have another idea for a video, so we'll just see what I get filmed and uploaded today. I'll leave this one at this point. So thank you for watching and subscribing if you're subscribing, and just like supporting me. Thank you for your comments, and you guys are wonderful. I'll talk to you later.